apparently there's some kind of a rift between... Sorry, this is going to be autobiographical now, so if you don't give a shit, then, you're off the hook. Just go to the next thing. This is going to be 100% autobiographical, mainly for the people that I know. Mainly for my family. Now, if there is a rift between myself and the Greek side of my family, it's rather mysterious. It's rather mysterious to me. Which is not to say that there's not differences. I mean, the rift is due to profound political differences. But I think that there is a tendency, because most of them are MAGA dogmatists. Some of them are. But now I'm puzzling about the others too. Because the Fergatti's family in Los Angeles, in case you don't know, is quite influential. And, those of you who know, you know. I mean, anybody who is a Greek American, who's part of the diaspora, involved in Los Angeles, okay, involved in business, various businesses, the grocery business, the real estate business, the hotel business, and stuff. Businesses. We are high profile in the sense that we are visible. We are known. And it's mainly due to, it's mainly due to efforts. I mean, there are a number of us, 4 or 5 of us, who are very active in public life. And that includes a couple of them who seem to act like they don't know that. And so, after a number of fairly ugly conversations on the phone, which were hardly conversations, but really temper tantrums, I throw a temper tantrum, they throw a temper tantrum, or we both do, or some sequence of them, of those. Maybe there's multiple temper tantrums. That's just kind of the way that Greeks talk, and I've never understood it. But it's conditioned me, in order to compete in that knowledge regime, you kind of have to play along with the shouting matches, and living that way has been extraordinarily uncomfortable for me my whole life. And I don't know, maybe they know that, or maybe they think that I don't like them or something. And I just don't like that. I don't like interacting with people in a hostile way. That in large part probably explains my strict adherence, rather dogmatically, to rational discourse as such. Because rational discourse gives you mechanisms to represent yourself and whatever it is that you want to represent in the world. So your values, your worldview, and stuff. Enlightenment style objective reason and inquiry, scientific inquiry, gives, basically unlimited cognitive mechanisms for the representation of self and one's affiliations. Now, any success in the world, financial success, public success, etc., any success in the world is predicated in some sense on some rational presuppositions, or at least anyway can be interpreted such wise. Now, and this is going to get harsh, but there's no other way of saying it. One of the reasons, I think, because let's suppose that there is at least one relative of mine who likes to use the excuse, Dimitri, what would you like me to do? Well, I don't know. I mean, I could answer the question in a smart ass way, here in all sorts of ways. How about start by reading a book? Tell me which book you're going to read, and then let's have a conversation about it when you're ready, okay? How about that? Oh, that has nothing to do with anything. Oh, Dimitri, you just say things like that because you're a philosopher and right? All right, could very well be, except that now, right about now, all y'all, philosophers have the floor, bitches. Now, the world proceeds according to philosophical time, which requires, for starters, your ability to listen to people talk for hours on end about abstract ideas without having to force yourself through it. Are you capable of that? Are you capable of listening to any human or humans, some combination of them, for hours on end, following every single proposition out of their mouth, no matter what they're talking about? For the time being, we can call that philosophical time. Now, to my mind, there's no, I don't know about the superlativity. The illiterate give away, they betray, and they know they're aware, the illiterate are aware that they betray their lack of learning in ways that they're completely unaware of. For example, I saw yesterday a screenshot from Truth Social and Donald Trump wrote a sentence asserting that a person, somebody, he or somebody else, didn't know something was the case. Guess how Donald Trump spelled the word no? I shit you not. That's how bad it is. He wrote N-O. You want to argue that Donald Trump is literate? It's like, I mean, if I said the word no learned person could misspell the word K-N-O-W. I'm going to do it right now. And you're going to indulge me because we're on philosophical time now. You can go back to one of the very first videos I uploaded. And I said, "You're on my time now, bitches." Why is it important that I just apparently keep you waiting? It's important because right now you're thinking all sorts of things. And you need to pay attention to those things that you're thinking. Pay attention to which parts of those things that you're thinking about me or whatever I'm talking about that are rote, uncritical. Google then pops a menu up and says you're signed out. Sign in to stay connected across devices. And I say, fuck you. I'm in the midst of an MISSISSIPPI situation. I don't want to misspell the word misspell. I assume it's still the 22nd. Yeah, I got 45 minutes left or something. Okay, there's some other notes in here, but you can screenshot this if, here. Okay. Okay, so the sentence is, no one learned is likely to misspell the word no. Okay? Okay, that you can probably get a screenshot. No one learned is likely to misspell the word no. Okay, forget learned. I mean, nobody literate. Nobody who's ever read literate. I mean, look. How can you have ever read a book, any book, and then misspell the word no? Here is what I take an exactly no, it's not identical, but it is similar. Oh, Dimitri, what do you want me to do? What can I do? What do you want me to do? That betrays a level of learning that is not so much more advanced than the level of learning wherein you can misspell the word no. And that is the real reason there is a rift between myself and my Greek relatives.